Okay, so I have the plan, the full-size plan, um, taped to the top of the foam, and then on top of that I have a sheet of wax paper that's also taped in the four corners. And then I started laying out the parts. It's not glued yet, but it's just the trailing edge is pinned in place, and the ribs are just added onto the spar, and nothing's glued yet. So the one thing I wanted to mention to make sure that pay close attention to is on the sheet that all the ribs are on, it looks like they marked the W5 and the W6 ribs backwards, so pay close attention. The W6 ribs are the ones with this extra notch. Let's see, with this extra notch, W6 have this notch near the trailing edge. For this plywood W20, the W20, and also a notch for this W20. So those are the W6 ribs, and the W5s don't have that notch. So make sure you don't get those mixed up if you glue it into your wing, and then you'll have to manually cut these slots for the W20. So I just wanted to point that out. And so this is ready to start gluing. So I'm going to use some thin CA. You know, none of these ribs are glued together, so use this thin CA and get these ribs glued together. Okay. So I'm going to put a pin in here just to hold this from, so they don't separate. This is a carbon fiber hollow tube that I'm gluing to the W4 rib. I'm just spinning it as I'm applying glue so it can attach to W4. Okay, so now I'll just glue all these trailing edges. Hold this down so it stays flat against the board. I'm gluing the plywood spar to the balsa wood spar. Oops. Make sure that's down. Okay, let's pin this one. Okay. Go up to W20. And I'm going to go along each rib and go to the spotter. Okay, now I have another W18, so it needs a little sanding here. Okay, so now I need to add some weight onto this to hold it until this some super glue sets. Looking for my sanding block. That's probably a little short anyway. I'm just going to use this yardstick. Okay, so just let that set. I could probably glue this leading edge on. So you probably can't see this, but I'm just going to pin it. Just going to pin it in place with some straight pins, and then use the thin CA to glue it to the leading edge of all these ribs. I think I'll add another pin in the middle. Okay, so there we've got, I guess, the fourth of the wing. And I'll probably take this one off the board before I start on the outside panel, because I'll build the panel flat on the table and then glue it into these, what are they, W20? Yeah, the W20 plywood braces, which gives it some polyhedral.